So Mark, for about 20 years we've been chasing this, and you and I have been talking about this for about a decade now, and we don't see, I guess, a lot of change in behaviors. Unfortunately, companies are still doing things, sometimes one or two things at a time, and really there's not a lot of strategy. I think really the key is people want to step up and really see differentiation in their businesses and achieve top quartile performance. They're going to have to take a different approach and really step back and look at the whole picture of the problem they're trying to tackle.
Agree 100%. I find when I talk to customers that there's a real disconnect with the management team and what's going on in the field, what's going on with the information technology, and those pockets don't ever really coalesce and work together. They always are doing what you said, very focused on siloed or very specific topics of interest or areas they want to change, but they're not looking at it from a holistic standpoint across an enterprise. So they can't make the adjustments fast enough, and as times change and technology changes, they're not plugged in. Nobody likes change, but it's happening now much faster, and we're in a hyper velocity kind of environment where if you don't change, you can't keep up. And the technology improvements these days are making advancements that our customers should be wanting to at least test and use. And you're embedding a lot of that in your software. We're using it to help transform processes, and we just don't see enough of the adoption. Part of it also is a direct result of people retiring. So it's this impact of retiring as well as trying to keep millennials engaged in the companies. That's real key. And so if you don't invest in technology to enable that, the millennials are not going to stick around and wait. They're going to move on, and you're going to lose that ability to get them engaged in the process, where they could be making a good contribution to the overall enterprise, but they're not there anymore because you haven't invested. With all the different data sources that are out there and all the different applications, one company we worked with had 25 applications per worker. I don't know about you, but I can't do 25 applications in one day, let alone 20. Having to work with 2 or 3 just to get my job done. So you've got this complexity that's been created over time because operations has not been a focus for transformation, and they've got multiple data sources that they think are important, but in reality they're really not that important. You get down to maybe 4 or 5 that are key. Those are the ones you want to work with going forward. So how do you consolidate those and use those?
Really, it's about 3 things: breaking down departmental barriers, integrating your management systems. So instead of just having management systems, you have integrated management systems, and really breaking down your data silos. And all those 3 have to kind of coalesce and come together. So the 4 P's: people, planet, profit, and process. We got to get the processes right. So part of it is too, we need to take the guesswork out of what are the best practices, what business processes should we enable in the workflows and the technology, but how does your culture intersect that so that you bring that in and make that a part of your core beliefs and values. And there's a culture and the leadership aspects that management consultants address, right? But if we don't bring all this together, and then the icing on the cake is the performance improvement piece, or the operational performance assurance. And I think a lot of times people have ideas of reporting and measurements and metrics, but what's the range of performance improvement? Where are we at, and where should we be to run our business at an optimal level? That's kind of an emerging thing, and if we can't put this whole picture together, we can't see where all the threats are to eliminate the risk and the waste in our business today.
Agreed. I think for years companies have focused only on what I call business functions, and so business functions are accounting, financial, procurement, supply chain, marketing, and they haven't focused on early operations. And so operations, because it hasn't been a focus, has been left out of the mix. And so if you're looking at transformation, so many companies start with just the business aspects. They don't really reach into and connect operations. So intelligent operations that we've coined together for us is really about connecting operations into that mix at all points of contact. So supply visibility, material availability, logistics, workforce management, scheduling and planning, as well as operational work execution and safety are critical elements. And so these are now, because of the technology we have today, these are now available capabilities that should be part of the everyday workflow that have not been included. And so I think operational sustainability has provided an integrated approach to deliver that and drive the information delivery across silos that traditionally have limited the success of companies to be able to really execute and achieve goals around OEE, performance improvement, and cost savings. And so until companies really agree and start moving that direction, they're going to continue to have failures in the silos, and they're not going to be able to achieve the kind of breakthrough performance they've been looking for years with their employees. And so and they'll continue to lose people. They'll continue to see difficulty and more complexity in the systems because they keep adding to the silos. They're not moving towards a standard approach across the enterprise. So how do you share best practices? How do you achieve goals and objectives that are going to result in better performance? These tools are available today, and companies need to start considering that because as we move to the cloud, it's going to become much more hypersensitive and in a hyper real world where you're looking at real-time aspects, real-time manufacturing, real-time feedback to support decisions. And that's where we go back to intelligent operations, having embedded processes and using machine learning and artificial intelligence to help drive decision making at the point of work execution. And that's having your solution integrated with asset management type systems and predictive systems. And analytics is going to help drive that. And so this convergence is continuing, and it's getting faster. So companies have got to take advantage of that.